for being a generous audience to provide me this opportunity to speak before you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Hanna Padilla and I will present you our enrollment system. So let's start. Enrollment is a process of admitting a student in school. It is also a step-by-step procedure to be accomplished before one is considered a student or as part of the school environment. So, while the enrollment system is a system that will store information in a faster and more convenient way by encoding data of enrollees in a computer. Thus, it will lessen the time being consumed by the faculty or assigned staff to sort out and store files of each student every now and then. This is a good example of a computer-generated process. Nowadays, the idea behind an enrollment system is not a new concept. In the Philippines, a lot of schools were using and has a computerized enrollment system during their enrollment process to be accurate and immediately done. Schools like universities of the Philippines, learning centers like AMA, Mary Lourdes Academy, and other state university and colleges in the Philippines are using the said enrollment system. The statement of the problem that I discovered in preparation to this project is that, in general, is how to design, develop, and implement a computer-based system that will help the student, staff, and the whole administration in facilitating the enrollment and assessment problem. In specific problem, I noticed that how to design, develop, and implement a computerized based system that will transform the enrollment of elementary and high school department from manual process to computerized. The second one is how to design, develop, and implement a computerized system that will lessen the paper or the paperwork that being consumed for the forms that being produced every enrollment. The third one is how to design, develop, and implement a system that will minimize the workloads and paperwork of the staff. How to design, develop, and implement a system that will allow viewing and monitoring of payment of students. And the last one is how to design, develop, and implement a system or computerized system that can assign each teacher to their respective schedules or loads. So, as you notice, this is the specific problem wherein we have to notify the objectives and we have to be very careful in notifying every problem of the school or the organization. So the relevance of the study is to improve the manual process of the enrollment which the proposed system will be applied. Thus, the result of this study will benefit the students, the high school, elementary, the college registrar, the accounting staff or the accounting office, other staff, and the school itself. This study is significant because it will provide an easiest way to enroll or to register. So the person that will benefit this system is, the first one is the super admin or the school administrator. So to the super admin, they can monitor, access or the whole system. Meant to say, he or she has the ability to really organize, to really use the said system. For the students, the system will help them to register in the most convenient and fastest way. This system serves as their reference or registration to create awareness about their personal information or data like subjects, schedules, room assignments, and teachers, and of course the total assessment of their fees. Of course, for the parents or for the guardians, they will benefit this system because they can have their copy of assessment of their students or their children they'll be able to know the total fee of their students or their children, and they can prepare for the monthly payment of tuition fee, and the student cannot forgive or add another payment. Also for the admin, this will help to lessen their workload, such as filling of documents, use in enrollment, retyping the information of the students, and to know the assessment fee of students without asking the accounting office. Also, for our accounting staff or accounting office, instead of using Microsoft Excel as the recorder of all transaction of payments or index cards, they can now be able to monitor the transaction in a very convenient way. For the staff, this will help them to lessen the time that is being consumed in assessing students. For the teacher, it will help the school to easily provide, to easily distribute the all students in their respective sections in accordance to their average. So for our scope, for the transaction, so as you can see, while enrolling as students, we have to register. The first one for the process is the registration, wherein this is responsible for information, record, and data of the client or the students. So under the registration, we have here the student registration. These focus on the personal information and the school data of enrollees, both old and new students. So the profile of every student. And the second one is the student classes. So these focus on the schedule of the students per classes. Of course, the teacher registration. So for the new teachers, these focus on the personal information as well of both old and new teachers. So for under the registration, we have to really notify the profile or the data of every teachers and every students. So the second process after the registration is the assessment. For the assessment, this computes the corresponding fees of enrollees. Under this, we have the mode of payment. This determines the specific payment of the students like cash, 2 payments, and installment basis. So also for the assessment, in case there's update or edit, or in case there's something wrong with the information, they'll be able to reassess the information. These allow to reassessing or editing the mode of payment of every student. So for the assessments, we have to really determine the fees of the students. Okay? The next process is the cashiering or the accounting. So, for the cashiering or the accounting, this focus on the recording of all the payments of the students. So, this will give you transparency in terms of money. We have here payment of fee. This accept and updates the initial payment of the balance of every student. So, also we have reports. Wherein, in the reports, we have registration card, or this form includes the subjects and the schedules, the room assignment, the assigned teacher per subject, the assessment of fee, the schedule of fee, and of course, their balance. Also for the reports, we can print the student information, wherein this displays the information of the enrolled students. Also, we have here breakdown fee. These display the student fee such as tuition fee, miscellaneous fee, other fees, and discounts. So for the reports, we have to be very transparent in terms of every printed documents. Also, this will help the school itself to really have their copies for the students and also for the accounting, for the staff, and for the school itself. We have here the system utilities. Under the system utilities, we have the audit rate. This module records all the actions done in the system. We also have system security like change password, forgot password. Alright? So, this is the process or the scope of our enrollment system. Now, we will now proceed to the screenshot or to the actual picture of our enrollment system. So, the first one is the login form. As you can see in the login form, we provide time and date to notify or to notice when the user did he or she log in. So as you can see, it is very friendly. So the logo of the school, the username, the password, and then log in. That's it. You'll just have to type your username, your password, and then after this one is the home page, wherein you will see the big picture or the overview picture of our enrollment system. So we have here the type of the username, wherein is he or she the super admin, the accounting, or the staff. Alright? So also we have here all of the features and all of the forms of our enrollment system. We have here the school year, the department, grade year level, section, subject, requirements, religion. So for this one, before you proceed in enrollment, so we have to encode the data, like where or when the school year was. And after this one, also we have for the cashiering or the accounting, mode of payment, the tuition fee, miscellaneous other fees, discount, and the term of payment. Also, we have here the whole process of enrollment. And the teacher, adding the teacher, we have here the room, teacher department, of course, the section, the schedule of the subjects, and the sectioning itself. Also, we have here features like secret question, manage user accounts, and manage student ID number. So this is the whole picture of our enrollment system. The first process will be the registration or the registration form. So here in the registration form, it says here, it cites here all of the features you have in terms of registration, like the personal information. So we have here the classification to determine whether the student is new or old or the transfer. Also, we have here last school year average. If ever the student is old, so we'll just have to input the average for the sectioning. Also, we have here department, whether the student is elementary, high school, or college. We have here grade year level, K-12 program. It is very complex and flexible. So we have here student ID number, wherein these will serve as their primary key or the unique key. Every student must have their student ID number to determine their classification, their profile itself. So here we have last name, first name, middle name. Of course, the gender, the birth date, religion, contact details for their personal information or data. Also, we have here guardian or the parents and the guardian contact details. Also, we have here the address. So, in our registration form, it cites here all of the category that belongs to the registration when it terms in enrolling a student. The next process will be the assessment or the assessment form. In the assessment form, all you have to do after the registration is to type or search the surname of the students or the school or the student ID number. After you type that one, upon typing it, it will show you the profile of the students. And then for the assessment, you'll just have to choose the modes of payment and how you will pay it. The term of payment, when will you pay it? So also it cites here the additional charge, the discount, of course, and the schedule of fees. It is very important to know, especially for the parents, to know when they'll be able to pay or pay their tuition fee. So it cites here the whole schedule of every fee. Also, Upon choosing it, you'll see here the total fees. You'll just have to click it, and then it's automatically compute every tuition fee, all of the tuition fee, the less tuition fee. After this one, you'll just have to save, and upon saving it, we will now go to the accounting. Alright, so for the accounting, you'll just have also to type the surname and the school ID or the student ID. So here in the accounting form, you'll just have to pay the money that has to pay. So here in the accounting, we all know that we have accounting in every transaction that we have. So for our enrollment system, this is the enrollment system that will help you, that will help the school to really minimize the workloads, to really have like a very convenient and efficient way in assessing, in enrolling every students. So this is the enrollment system, and I hope you like it. God bless you.